Creating a Usable Application, Section 3. This section looks at the various ways you can ensure that your products are effective by asking a simple question: can someone use this? In the next couple of videos, we're going to be looking at ease of use, usability testing, and accessibility on how to improve the user's experience for everyone. And in this particular video, we're going to be looking at how we can invest in ease of use to get a return of investment. And we're going to be just thinking about the value that ease of use can bring to an organization, to your company, and to your team. I'm going to start with the Interaction Design Foundation, that they're an industry leader and they're well respected. And so I'm just going to use their definition here. They're saying it's a straightforward concept. It's a measurement of how easy the finished product is to use by its intended users. And that's it really. Like, I could probably delete the rest and just focus on that there. It's the measurement of how easy it is to use. And when we think about our own organizations, often we're trying to build cool features and we're trying to build cool technology. And as we learned in previous videos, that we can't just build cool stuff, but we've actually got to make sure that users want to use this stuff. And another layer to this conversation is by also talking about delivering ease of use and not just the functionality. And so in the last sentence here, they're saying it's important to consider ease of use during the design phase and where possible accommodate the need for ease of use. And so throughout the development life cycle of a product, it's really important that ease of use is the common discussion point. It's not just an afterthought. It's not just, oh, we've run out of time and budget, let's try and do it later. No, the important thing is that you invest it as a fundamentally important thing that you can't move on and live without. When we have that attitude, we're going to see more and more value brought to our users. And if you don't believe me, I'll give you examples. Let's look at IBM. So ease of use may be invisible, but its absence sure isn't. IBM, they fully recognize the importance of ease of use. And I guess when we think about creating good experiences, it's kind of like a thankless task. You know, people only complain when something goes wrong. And so no one notices, everyone just carries on with life when it is working well. IBM really want to make sure that it's invisible, that it's integrated into the product, and it's just improving life for everyone. Let's have another look at other companies that recognize the importance and have actually started to prioritize ease of use. We have Amazon, Airbnb, and IBM. When starting out, the Amazon owner was kind of being asked, you know, how did you get started up? How much marketing did you invest in? And the reply was actually that they actually invested in 100 times more into the user experience of the platform, the ease of use of the Amazon checkout, for example. And then that has now made it one of the kind of the industry leaders for e-commerce. When we think about Airbnb, they look back and they actually credit user experience for getting to its 10 billion. And likewise with IBM, we quoted them earlier, but they recognize the return of investment here. And they came up with this general rule of thumb that for every dollar invested in ease of use and good experiences, returns $100 as a result. So that's from an organizational perspective of the value of ease of use. But what about from a monetary perspective? Forrester, a researcher group, and they created a stock index here where they were comparing customer experience leaders in the market compared with the laggards, those who weren't investing in customer experience. And they noticed through tracking from 2007 to 2012 a 43% gain. And this is really, really important for us to bear in mind, that when we prioritize the experience, we really boost users' confidence and their trust of the platform. And they also are just going to be better customers who buy more. And so from an organizational perspective, from a monetary perspective, ease of use is a critically important thing. And so ease of use then is just something that essentially just works well, that an average person can use the thing, whatever that is, whether that's opening a car door, whether that's them putting in some water into a kettle and making themselves a cup of tea, or whether it's them using a website, a fighter jet, or just getting into a lift. All of those things, if done for its intended purpose without struggling or getting frustrated, is therefore a good experience. And we can actually see here that poor experience is going to actually damage your reputation of a company. In this case here, 52% of users found that a bad mobile experience made them less likely to engage with a company. So let's try and move away from building core technology. Let's start to now prioritize ease of use. And in this section, we're just going to be looking at this as a topic, or usable, if we can even make it simpler.